I jokingly on my Twitter page, whenever, instead of me saying thank God about something, I say thank Dawkins. I think it's funny to say thank Dawkins, right? And the moment I do that, there's this incredible discussion that takes its own, it has its own momentum about that, because Dawkins has also become one of the more outspoken people representing science and representing atheists. Here's a clip from Dawkins here.
I do think that faith, unsupported by evidence, is a lethal weapon. Well, it doesn't have to be, of course it doesn't have to be, but it can be. It's a weapon because possibly unscrupulous people can get hold of often young men and use them as weapons, use them as human bombs. The point is that they do believe that it is the will of God that they should detonate themselves and blow up a busload of people or blow up a skyscraper in New York.
Dawkins is the leader of a pretty significant group of people who think that religion, faith is dangerous in politics because it can lead to that.
And I don't think you fight that. I agree with him that that kind of religion is dangerous, but I don't think you fight that by criticizing religion in general. I think you do it by acknowledging that religion can also be something else, that it has been something else. There are many people of faith who are conscientious objectors, who believe that their faith instructs them to never kill under any circumstances. So, I mean, there's such a thing as, atheist arguments unsupported by evidence or supported by selective evidence. Mm-hmm. And so I think that's a whole other dimension of the debate, this sort of new militant atheism, with Christopher Hitchens and Dawkins and others, and the relationship between the sort of secular, pluralist, multicultural reality that we're in. That's another challenge, I think, for people of faith in the public square, to know how to speak without thinking that, without speaking with the kind of authority that used to be there when you were Christendom. We're now in a post-Christendom reality. Christians have to be humble, but they also have to be part of the discussion, particularly those on the left, because those on the right have been part of the discussion for some time now. But we're not in a post-religious context. If you look at, for every book that says God is not great, there's a book that says God is back, or God's century, the 21st century, or whatever. We live in a very religious reality. I mean, the secular narrative has not worked out the way people thought it was going to in the 1960s. So we need to know how to talk about that elephant in the room. And I see my role as, to whatever extent possible, helping us to have that kind of conversation.